The building on Wellington's Molesworth Street, so badly structurally undermined in last week's earthquake that it has to be demolished, had people living in it illegally. 61 Molesworth, which is owned by Prime Property Group, did not have council consent to be a residential property. But Checkpoint has today spoken to one family who was living there and heard of other people living in the building. The family, immigrants from the Philippines, didn't know it wasn't legal for them to be there. Olive, Ernest and their two children had been moved in by their landlord after another property they were renting had water damage. The space they were given was office space with neither toilets nor a shower directly connected to it for their use only.
So the 61 Molesworth Street is actually an office space with 3 rooms. And then the toilet, we have to go to the fire exit, and the shower is on the ground floor.
So what floor were you on, Olive?
We were on level 1.
Level 1.
So if you wanted to have a shower, you had to go downstairs. So this wasn't an apartment, this wasn't a flat, this was office space you were living in?
Yes, that's correct.
And how much a week were you paying for that?
300 per week.
Okay, and you had been in another place which was unsatisfactory because it was leaking, was it? And your landlord moved you into 61 Molesworth Street?
Yes, that's correct.
And what was it like when the earthquake hit?
We initially thought it's just some sounds like hail or something, and then suddenly the shake grew stronger. Luckily, my son and my husband, Ernest, is still awake at that time. Our daughter was already sleeping, so we had to wake her up so that we can go outside to the parliament, because that's the open area that we can think of. So it was getting strong and everything started shaking for like 3 minutes.
Yeah, almost 3 minutes.
The family ran outside. The building was subsequently condemned, and Olive and Ernest have not been able to remove their belongings, including irreplaceable things of great sentimental value. And what's happened to your property? What's happened to everything you own in the world? It is still inside this building, is it?
Yes,
that's correct.
All our life, our belongings are still in there.
Everything we brought from Manila from the time we grew up, we as an individual, and how the time our family started. So all the pictures, like there used to be no digital cameras, everything was on film back then. Photographs. So these are only hard copies that we have. Like, for example, my parents, they have pictures with our kids.
When we were still young?
My parents have passed away now, so that's the only thing that we can remember by.
Our son was just 3 and our daughter was barely 3 months old.
Olive and Ernest worry they won't get those very precious items back, and nor will they receive compensation for the material possessions they've lost. And what about insurance for your belongings?
We don't have insurance, because you can't insure a place that doesn't have a mailing address. We were there for more than 2 months and we didn't have any mailbox. We were still using the 21 Murphy mailbox to get our mail.
So you don't have insurance. What about your landlord or the property manager? Are they offering to cover you for what you have lost?
Nope. Nothing.
They didn't even came to us for help.
On that day, on Monday morning when the quake happened, I texted him, we need help because this building is not that safe. We wanted to move our stuff then and there. He has to provide accommodation for us. And what he responded was, where do you want me to put you, Olive? Luckily, you have Colina Terrace where you can sleep on. There's 200 more people that I need to take care of in Hotel St. George.